Happy New Year, and thank you for joining today's webinar, Eating Whole, Eating Fresh for a Healthier You. The American diet for most people is about 70% processed foods, foods with preservatives that allow our food to sit on shelves for a long time, and flavorings that we get excited about and actually crave, and other additives for texture, flavor, and even some added nutrition. Many of us have busy lives, and these foods can be convenient and quick and even inexpensive. But by putting more thought and focus on whole, fresh foods, you may find that you feel better and have more energy and may be able to decrease some risk of some chronic disease. My name is Terri Clark. I'm a dietitian at Mercy Medical Center, and I provide outpatient services. I also provide nutrition education to various community organizations. And in 2010, I started the Mercy Weight Loss Program. This program emphasizes making lifestyle changes to achieve weight loss and healthy living goals to improve or decrease the risk of chronic disease. Most recently, I've been working with Dr. Bartlett, the integrative medicine physician. This year, we'll be doing several workshops as well as anti-inflammatory programs. And for information on that, you can go to the Mercy Care website and find all the class listings and workshop listings. To get a variety of foods, you want to adopt the Choose My Plate model. This is a model of healthy eating, and it helps you to get a variety of foods from all the food groups. You want to notice that half of the plate is fruits and vegetables, and these foods are often lower in calories and packed with vitamins and minerals, and they help with all the biological processes throughout our bodies to vitalize health. So I usually instruct people to aim for 3 food groups per meal. It's difficult to get all of them in one meal, but if you were to aim for 3, it's more achievable. So an example might be a stir fry. You would have a rice. You could use brown rice or wild rice for your grain, and vegetables, and I tell people load on the vegetables because they're low in calories and high in vitamins and minerals. And then choose a lean meat. You could use chicken and shrimp, or for those who prefer more of a vegetarian meal, you could do something such as tofu. So that might be one example. You could also do, if you're interested in a hamburger, you could do a hamburger with a whole wheat bun. So you got your grain and you got your protein, and then you could add lettuce, tomato, and onion or other vegetables on your burger to give it a third group, the vegetables. You want to choose 1 to 2 foods groups for your snacks if you're a snacker. And some examples might be apple and peanut butter or even almond butter, cut up veggies and hummus, or whole wheat crackers and cheese. And by doing this for every meal and snack, you will be getting a variety of nutrients throughout the day. You want to aim to make every bite count. So when choosing your foods, you want to aim for fresh and whole. And aim for at least 1 fruit or vegetable in a meal, and you can even aim for both. You should get about 5 to 9 fruits and vegetables per day. Most Americans get 2 to 3, and many even get less than that. So if you're not up to at least 5, just add 1 or 2 per day to increase your fruit and vegetable intake until you get up to that 5. And then you could even work towards getting up to 6 or 7. Aim for lean meats. You want to choose fresh and unprocessed most often. Whole grains, you can get those in cereals, breads, pastas, and other grains such as oats, quinoa, wild rice. You want to choose 2 to 3 servings of low-fat dairy. And if you're a big yogurt eater, you might want to look at the sugar content and try and get a yogurt lower in sugar. I like to choose my yogurt from a healthy, the health food area, where I can actually read a lot of the ingredients. And lately I've been, instead of reading the nutrition facts, which is very important, I've been reading a lot of ingredients and trying to get ingredients that are more fresh and more whole, instead of a lot of the ingredients that I have a hard time even pronouncing. And then a lot of healthy fats. And I'll talk a little bit about healthy fats later on in this presentation. create a winning eating plan by sticking to a scheduled plan. It's important that you have your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then if you're a snacker, to have a couple snacks, 1 or 2 throughout the day. When we don't have a scheduled plan, we tend to eat mindlessly without regard to being hungry or full. And then we tend to eat more calories than what our bodies actually metabolize. You want to aim for fresh foods, of course, in its most natural state most of the time to benefit from the vitamins and minerals and other nutrients available to maximize vitality and good health. So you could take fresh fruits and vegetables, cut up vegetables to work, and you could use that as a snack. And I'm going to talk about all the meals in just a minute, so we'll go through those one by one. But it is important to stick to a scheduled eating plan. So if you want to have breakfast, you have that usually at the same time every day, give or take a half hour. Same with lunch and same with dinner. And that will help you to stay on an eating plan that prevents a lot of mindless eating throughout the day and just picking and choosing whenever there's food in front of you and taking a few bites. So breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day. It can help increase energy and concentration. People who eat breakfast tend to eat more nutrients throughout the day, and they tend to eat healthier. And some studies show that many breakfast eaters have a lower BMI or a lower body weight. Here's some examples of breakfast, and if you'll notice, it has a lot of color because, of course, I love color in my food and my meals. They look like they may take a lot of time to eat or to make, but really they don't take a lot of time at all. You can pop a multi-grain waffle in the toaster and add vanilla yogurt and fruit on top of that. Or you could whip up a smoothie with fresh or frozen fruit and yogurt or milk. I like to add some other antioxidants such as ginger, or cinnamon, lemon or lime, and some healthy fats and some extra fiber with flax seeds and chia seeds. So those are some things that if you have on hand, you can throw those in as well. A whole grain cereal with skim milk and fresh fruit. And if you keep diced vegetables on hand, you can saute them in the morning for 1 minute or so and then add an egg or 2. Put the whole grain English muffin in the toaster, and within 3 to 5 minutes you have a scrambled egg English muffin. Keep it simple and keep it fresh. And here's some just quick ideas, pretty much what we saw on the last slide. Lunch. Here's a few examples of lunch. You can bring something left over from dinner last night, just a simple sandwich on whole grain bread with a fresh fruit or vegetable. And soups are generally low in calories unless they're cream-based and have a lot of fat added to them. They're great when lots of vegetables are added and can make a nice low-calorie meal. You can even find some nice canned soups. You want to make sure you're looking for the sodium and getting a lower sodium soup. So whether bringing lunch from home or eating in the cafeteria or restaurant, you want to aim for color and fresh whole foods. And you might notice now that grocery stores are catering to a lot of healthier lunches with the salad bars. They have a lot of cut up veggies and fruits now that you can get, and fresher selections that you can find mostly in the produce area. And here's some nice fresh dinners. Dinner's a great time to add a lot of vegetables to your meal. You can add them to pizzas. You can buy the whole wheat crust in the grocery store and come home and make your own. You can make some pastas. And I like to add a lot of vegetables to my pastas and stir fries and just have some steamed vegetables on the side. And this is a great time to double up on your vegetables and downsize on your starchy foods such as pastas, potatoes, and bread. If you like to snack between meals, snacks should be approximately 100 to 150 calories per snack. Again, you want to aim for whole and fresh, such as a fruit or a vegetable. You could have a small handful of nuts or yogurt. Granola or protein bars are nice to have on hand when you don't have anything else. These can provide healthy nutrients depending on the type of granola bar or protein bar that you choose. You want to look for one that's higher in protein and lower in sugar. When the goal is to lose weight, you want to be careful not to make snacks too high in calories unless you're going to compensate for the calories with your meal. So example, if you're going to have a higher calorie snack, you may want to skip the dinner roll or decrease your pasta portion at that dinner or supper or even a lunch meal. Healthy fats are necessary for good health. The kinds of fat that we eat are much more important than the amount that you eat. They can help decrease the risk of heart disease when you're choosing healthy fats, and they also help you to stay fuller longer. So here's a list of some healthy fats. Fish, olive oil, and canola oil are probably the most popular healthy fats that most people know about. Avocados is a great healthy fat, and you can add that to sandwiches, to salads, to soups. You can make spreads out of it, and we all know about the guacamole. When you're eating it with chips, you're adding a lot of other fats and calories. You can use it as a dip for some cut-up vegetables as well. Nuts and seeds make a healthy fat. Be careful of the amount that you use there. Just a small handful is about a serving. You can add those to salads and just have them as a nice trail mix. Chia seeds and ground flax seeds are great additions and healthy fats, the polyunsaturated fats. You can put those in smoothies. You can put them in baked goods. You can add them to oatmeal or a hot cereal in the morning. You can add them to soups. Miso is a polyunsaturated fat made from soy paste, and those also miso makes great soups, great salad dressings, and can be added to many dishes. So you want to avoid the saturated fats and the trans fats that you would find in a lot of your processed foods and some of your unhealthy or processed meats. Be mindful of the calories you get in your drinks. Studies have shown that people who drink calories in pop, sports drinks, flavored coffees, and alcohol tend to take in more calories, often because people don't compensate for these drinks with high calories with the food that they eat. So even though they're getting extra calories in their drinks, they still tend to eat the same amount of food that they normally would if they were eating non-caloric or just drinking water, non-caloric beverages or drinking water. And by getting a lot of your calories from your drinks, we know that that can lead to weight gain, or if we're trying to lose weight, it can sabotage our weight loss efforts. It's amazing how some people drink 1,200, 1,500 calories per day with their choices and amount of beverages that they drink. If you feel that you're drinking too many of these empty calorie beverages, this might be a good place to start in the new year in cutting back some of these calories. Whether you're switching to diet or replacing a couple of these beverages with increasing your water, you know, whatever you come up with as your goal to cut back on these calories, that can help you to help with weight loss or even just maintaining weight. So of course we know that water is the best beverage for us for hydration. Water is the most important nutrient for the human body. It helps to maintain body temperature, carries nutrients throughout the bodies, it can lubricate the joints, acts as a shock absorber for the eyes and spinal cord, and it carries waste products out of the body. There's no cut and dry how much you should be taking in for water, and I'm sure you've heard that you should take in 8 cups per day, and that's probably a good goal to aim for. If you're not a big water drinker and you like the flavored, you may want to try some of the unsweetened teas, or you can add a lemon or orange or some cucumber or mint to your water to give it some flavor. But 8 cups of water is a good goal, I would say, for you to aim for good health and hydration. Eating out frequently can sabotage weight loss efforts or even improving your health. The food can be high calorie and fat, high in sodium, and high in sugar, especially when you're not paying attention to healthier choices. Eating out frequently is eating out 2 to 3 times a week. So some things that you can do is to get on the restaurant's website and find a nutrition site and choose a healthy entree before you go. And you may even want to choose 2 healthy entrees because sometimes the entree on the website may not be what is offered in the restaurant. Order water with lemon instead of your beverages with calories, and make wise side order choices such as a salad or fruit or steamed vegetables. You can take home half of the meal for lunch tomorrow if it's way too much for you to eat. And most restaurants do serve 2 to 3 portions with their entrees. And skip the dessert or share with someone. So the choices that you make every day, each and every meal, each and every snack, are the choices that shape your habits and your health. So you want to try to choose for fresh, choose whole most of the time. If you've heard of the 80-20 rule, 80% of the time choose fresh, choose whole, choose lean meats and low-fat dairy, healthy fats, and 20% of the time you can give yourself a little treat or some chips or a soda pop over that you might choose to consume. So thank you for listening today, and I wish you good health and vitality in the new year.